1 second, everyone. Let me mute the other microphone. There we go. Welcome. Holy cow. To this Valentine's Day YouTube live special collective reading. My name is Brandon Tobias. It's an honor to have everyone here on my channel, Science of the Soul and Stars. If you're new here, we do weekly and monthly horoscope updates for your sign, your astrology sign, in love and in life, because we believe love is the most powerful catalyst to helping you grow and transform and step into your soul purpose. Welcome back, everyone. We took a week off. I don't know about we, but I certainly did. And it's so good to be back. And I'm very, very excited. Hi, Nicole. How's it going? Sana's here. Isabella, Karen, Arlene, Heather, some familiar faces. Awesome. We got everyone live here on TikTok as well. Welcome everyone on TikTok and welcome everyone on YouTube as well. Since it's been a week, I just want to make sure all the technical settings are looking and feeling good. So if there are, of course, any audio or visual issues, please let me know as soon as possible. But I feel really good about today, and I feel like there's some really good messages that want to come through. So before we get started, I just want to say I appreciate all you guys for hopping on here. It means the world to me, as always. And your support, your engagement literally keeps me going through these tough times that we're all going through in terms of love, in terms of life, in terms of everything that's going on. So thank you for being here. That being said, what are we going to do today? We're going to open up the ceremony as always. We're going to call in the guides, the angels, the archangels, okay, for this collective in love. What's going on right now, currently, energetically? What do we need to know for our highest good and healing in love and in life for this collective that we're channeling for? And then we're going to get into a specific channeled message, if one is there to come through without the tarot, just whatever channeled guidance wants to come through verbally, through whatever I can hear. And then after that, we're going to get into a channeled tarot reading. So if you are here for a love situation specifically, and you're looking for that Valentine's Day love update for your relationship, your situationship, or just clarity around a certain person, we're going to get into that right after. Then we're going to hop into the channeled astrology portion. And after that, it's kind of up for grabs. If we want to do some mini personal readings, we can do that. Or if we need another reading for some reason, we can do that. But typically there's a 3-part kind of session, just so you guys are on the same page and we know what's going on. Okay. Settings look good. It says the stream's bit rate is like higher, and then it was too low, and then it was going back and forth. So hopefully it's okay for you guys. I just want to make sure and check in. Make sure you guys are hearing this okay. Let me just make sure. Yeah, we should be good on all of this stuff. So, anywho, let me know if there's any problems, and let's go ahead and get into it. Isabella said, missed the live last week. Happy you took a break. It's always a good time. Yes, I definitely needed a break. All right, let's go and open the ceremony and get right into it. Thanks, guys, for being here, and let's go for it. Officially opening up this ceremony for the collective in love and in life for the highest good and healing now and in the future for everyone involved listening now and in the future. Calling in my guides, angels, loved ones, masters, wise ones, and archangels, specifically Archangel Michael, Jesus Christ, and Mary Magdalene to help guide this reading. Also Archangel Raphael as well to help guide this reading for the highest good and healing of all involved now and in the future. Calling in the guides and angels as well, responsible for the collective that I'm reading for, to help give any insight and clarity around what we need to know and love for this period of time now and in the future. Thank you so much, Spirit. The ceremony is now officially open. All right, let's go ahead and check in and see if there's any channel messages that want to come through for Valentine's Day and beyond, February 2021. It is a special day indeed. We ask that you don't take it lightly. It is a turning point for many of us in which the time has now come for us to step forward into a whole new way of being, a whole new light, and to shine much more brightly than ever before. We do sense some fear and trepidation towards taking these next new steps in the new way that we are asking you to take these steps, but we would like to share that there is no reason to fear taking these next steps. It may seem as if it's plunging into more of the unknown than ever before, and in a new way than maybe you are comfortable being and comfortable sharing yourself as. But we would like you to know that this is all part of the plan and all part of the growth that is necessary in this timeline right now for you that are listening. We want you to know to not be afraid and to not be hesitant with any actions that you feel inclined to take at this time, whether impulsively or intuitively. There may be actions and deeds coming to you and with you right now that seem out of alignment or seem out of the norm for what you typically would do or hold yourself to. We're asking you to allow yourself to break free from these, to let loose and to let wild, and to let yourself be wild. If it is freedom you seek, it is freedom you shall find. If it is love you seek, it is love and freedom you will find. We ask that you work to combine these two elements in your life so that you can move forward in full alignment and the greatest possible happiness. Do not become too overbalanced in one or the other. Okay. That was the channel messages. As always, I like to give a little bit of an interpretation for what I felt, what I saw coming through. It seems like at this moment in time, it seems like there's a bit of a different ask or way of being that wants to come through, that's trying to open us up to something newly expressive, something outside of what we've been doing or feeling or being. And it really felt like the expression of allowing ourselves to really go along for the ride, or really to more spontaneously go along with whatever our impulsive desires or needs are at this time. Like, what I'm getting is that there's this hesitancy to follow those in the moment spontaneous impulses that we are having because of a fear of it's maybe like losing something or being something outside of what would be for the highest good, or because it's just scary because we've never so freely followed those impulses before. And so what I'm getting is, and then the second part of that message was really interesting. It was like, if it's freedom you want, it's freedom you'll find, but it's love. And if you love you want, it's love and freedom you'll find. So it was almost like there's a balance needed between the need to express and feel free and also engaging and expressing in love or romantic love or connection, right? There's a balance between those two elements that is coming into play right now. And so the need here for all of us is to, yes, balance. Like, I'm feeling this collective in particular balancing a little bit more towards the freedom aspect of it and more freely following those impulses that you may be having or thinking or feeling, just in the moment saying to do something, like just allowing yourself to do that and feel free in that, but not going all the way to where it's just like wiping your hands of anything that you feel or felt responsible for or engaged in terms of love, right? Because ultimately love is freedom. So it's the combination of these two elements that makes for true love and being truly happy, right? For the greatest good, the greatest healing at this time, it's true love and true freedom, the expression of those two in a balanced way. Again, these dichotomies that come through, right? The element of freedom, most people would think, oh, it's not connected to any relationship or any love union or anything like that. It's just freedom, being single, being alone, just being free. But what I'm hearing is that's exactly the element that has to be combined in love, in relationships, and in union for us to move forward. Okay? So this is the part of time really that feels like that part where it's about being more free and feeling more free in your skin, and also what your intuition and your body and your mind is telling you to do, okay? That would be good or would be exciting or spontaneous, or frankly that you don't know how it's going to go, to be and feel free, more encouraged and free to do those things. Okay? Even if it's a little scary or unknown. That's the message coming through. And as always, I know the overall goal of these readings is to help us all in love, okay? Ultimately to be happier in love and in life. So if it feels like it's a little bit, that might be the opposite of what I want to do or feel in love, well, ultimately that's going to help love. Okay? All right. Let's get into the channel tarot reading. That was quite an interesting message. Let me check the comments here. We got an amen from Nicole. Sana says I got the wild part down. Per person says, wild and free, huh? With the halo overhead. I love it. Per person says, hey, Brandon in chat, how are you? I'm good. Thank you so much. Karen says, sounds good. Yep, hearing okay. Okay, good. Good to hear. Yeah, we got a great connection this week. It feels really good. Let's get into the channel reading, tarot reading, and see what's going to go on here. As always, we got the fancy dancy cam set up here. You know what? I've been feeling this desire today. Where did I put that deck, though? There's a deck that I was going to use. I might have left it on the counter. Give me 1 second. I'm going to draw an oracle card for today as well, because that's been coming through a lot. All right. Sorry, guys. All right, let's get into it. So, for some reason, this deck in particular, it's the Mystical Oracle Shaman deck. So it's kind of like this ancient-rooted mystical deck here that has a lot of ancient themes. And I was really feeling called today to draw some cards from it before we get into the actual tarot reading. So let's go ahead and see what we got. And there is a guidebook for this, but for today, I think I'm just going to freestyle and just kind of visually go off the interpretations. So, Spirit Guides, loved ones, what's the collective need to hear in love and in life right now for their highest good, revolving around today, Valentine's Day, and also in the future. The giveaway is the first card up. Let's see. I think we're going to draw like 4 or 5 cards here. Make sure that I'm not too big. Okay. So the giveaway. So it feels like there's some type of gift that wants to come in to your life right now. Today in particular, but also just generally, right? It feels like something that we've been working really hard for and trying to earn, or going through a lot of stuff in order to have or to be involved with or to just attain, or just, it doesn't have to be connected to that, but it is a gift or a type of reward that wants to come through for everything that we've been through. I feel like this is kind of the world, so to speak, right? Being offered at your feet, okay? Literally, so you have someone looking up, okay, towards something or someone and offering the world, okay? And I feel like it's something, if you allow it to come through, that wants to come through for and to you. The key here is allowing it, right? Because what I'm feeling too is there might be some resistance in allowing this gift to come in, or allowing this to happen, or still staying connected to it or believing it can happen. But I also feel that it's going to come through no matter what. But just be open to that. We have the eagle. Oh, wow. The eagle. Oh, boy. And the eagle's landing. All right. Well, here we go. So, you know what's interesting, guys, is I've been really feeling like there's a person in love, in a love connection here, that's been expressing their energy or their self as more of an eagle. And I kept getting the symbology of a hawk, and birds were very big in the symbology of the readings that I've been going through. And I always felt like the other person, when I read for the collective readings, was expressing their energy as a bird, a hawk or an eagle. And we have the eagle here, and interestingly, I see the eagle is actually landing. So I do kind of feel, right, because we have the giveaway and the ego here, I feel like if there's someone who was flying away, not being concerned with anything maybe in the reality of the world that's going on in love or in a connection, and they were kind of more aloof from it, that person's actually coming back down to the nest here, you can see, and landing. We have the sacrifice and the, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is why Spirit called me to use this deck. Okay. Because the other animal, I wasn't even going to say this, but the other animal that has been symbolizing more the divine feminine here and the divine masculine has been the coyote. The fox and the hawk, or the coyote and the eagle in this deck. Okay? Wow. And so here is the other person, the coyote, represented as the coyote, okay, who's been on land the whole time, who's never taken his or her eyes off of, okay, what he or she knows is for them, and who maybe has been practicing working in life, but also keeping their eye here on this eagle, grounding, right, and directing a pathway for that eagle to land. Okay. And we also have the sacrifice here. Oh, no. No. Why camera? Oh, crap. The camera just randomly shuts off sometimes. It should come on in just a second here. Voila. Hopefully it doesn't shut off again. We have the sacrifice here, which is indicative of basically what these two have had to go through, right? Or at least one of these people, or both, right? To sacrifice this connection in love. There's one more card that's needed. In order to heal. Because the sweat lodge here is about healing. The sweat lodge is about going inward to basically expel and detoxify and rid oneself of all past karmic and other baggage and darkness, essentially, right? You can see how dark this card is, or someone walking into the darkness, okay? Walking through the darkness to find the light inside of oneself. That's the sweat lodge. But you have to go and take that journey. The sacrifice had to happen between these two in order for this to actually work and to come together. Okay, this was a sacrifice. And it probably felt like and feels like a sacrifice. But it had to happen. The giveaway here, all right, it's interesting we had these two cards here. Because I feel like as a result of this persistence and this work and this healing, there is a gift here that is wanting to eminently come in or even has arrived already. That's what I'm feeling. So that's the story in a nutshell. Pretty crazy. Just with these 5 cards, right? We have the 2, and it's just so wild because I think before I even started reading on YouTube, I had picked up on the symbology of this collective with these 2 animal spirits, the coyote and the eagle. Okay. Of course, both have and can switch back and forth, like perhaps the divine feminine is moving more so into the eagle energy and the eagle moving more into the coyote. we're not sure yet, right? But this is essentially what's been happening, the sweat lodge. It had to happen. That's pretty wild. All right. That's that's a crazy that's a crazy start right there. I'm gonna leave those cards out just to kind of. I'm just gonna leave those cards like at the top of this reading because they're coming to me as very much like very important cards to look at. So maybe hopefully we can see them the whole time. But the sacrifice is going to be in the middle, and then the eagle and the coyote there. All right, let's get into the tarot reading. By the way, we have the Witness here on the bottom of the deck. Interesting. The Witness, the Wild Woman, the Earth Keeper, many paths. Okay. So if you're watching this, right, one thing that's really cool about your journey, right, in this collective love reading, okay, the Witness, is that you've been the one that's had the awareness to witness this whole story playing out from start to finish. We actually, as a channel, as a collective here, have had the duty to witness and observe this whole thing playing out. Doesn't make it any easier to go through emotionally and physically, but we've had the privilege of doing that. We've had the burden and the privilege of doing that because it is a privilege to know without a doubt the story that's getting played out. And this is inspiring to me because me as a reader sometimes, I lose track, I lose faith, I lose hope. And whenever these readings happen in the most magical ways as they do, I regain hope. And I go, this is truly a divine story being played out. And it truly is out of our hands. It's truly out of, like, there's already a written story going on that is playing itself out, that is meant to happen. So I just want to put this out there for anyone feeling they need it, is like, if you are feeling particularly doubtful or hopeless or even lonely or anything like that in this period of time, and you're in this divine story, it may be the toughest part of your life, but it's also you're going to see, right, this gift that's coming in, you're going to be able to see just how incredibly valuable and powerful it was as well. You're going to see. Okay? Whenever that time comes. All right. I'm not sure which deck to use. This is the first time. I'm like, Wild Unknown. Wild Unknown doesn't feel good. Thoth doesn't feel good. I guess it's the Universal Worth. Sometimes you just got to touch the decks, huh? All right. Here we go. The collective love reading. Let me check with the comments real quick here. Oh, I love it. Nicole says, I am the eagle, the other's the coyote. Oh, I love it. You guys are great. It's so cool that you guys can identify with which animal you are, right? Because I'm reading for both sides of the collective too. It's one thing I realized, like, 4 live readings in, is I'm not just reading for one specific energy. It's part divine masculine, part divine feminine, and the mix of both, really, right? But you just have to kind of see or identify what side you're on and what side you're resonating with more, and so that you know what part of the story you're playing out, right? And what lessons and things that are coming your way to expect through this journey. All right. Spirit guides, loved ones, masters, wise ones, angels, and archangels, please, for the collective in love and in life, what do we need to know for our highest good and healing at this time, now, and in the future, for the month of February 2021, and for Valentine's Day in particular? What shifts are occurring energetically? What can we know, hope for, and expect? And what do we need to know for our highest good? What lessons and what healing do we need to have for our highest good at this time? Ooh, the Three of Swords. Oh, ick. As the crowning card. And you'll see it's right underneath the sacrifice. Ooh. Okay, so just going to make myself a little smaller here. So when I say sacrifice, all right, Spirit is not joking around. It's like the biggest sacrifice you've ever had to make or feel in your entire life. Sacrifice, like Three of Swords, devastation. Like, this is crazy how hurt and how bad and how depressed and sad I'm feeling over the situation, right? Not the funnest way to start a reading, but I would say highly accurate, right? For what's been going on for this collective in love, and the persistence and the trials and the thoughts and the feelings and the emotions that are coming up through this whole experience. It's not easy. It's not easy, and it's not something to take lightly, and it's not a joke. And I'm just going to keep turning this on. But truly what's coming through is that the reason this is happening is because it is a true sacrifice. And it wouldn't be an actual sacrifice if there wasn't real hurt involved, real lows involved in this whole union. But what I'm getting to is that it's the sacrifice and the hurt and the lows that makes it worth it in the end, right? And I'm not sure, it feels like I might have touched on this in an earlier reading, but without these sacrifices, without feeling the lows that we've been feeling, the joy and the love and the expression of that love wouldn't be nearly as meaningful when it does come through, okay? So, what I want to communicate to you guys that are listening is that if you are in this space of feeling like you are in the sacrifice and in the Three of Swords, which many of us are, it is a vital part of the process for you to go through this. It is an intended part of the process for you to go through this, and is one of the most important and critical parts of the process for you to go through this. In fact, I would say if you are feeling this way, if you are in the Three of Swords sacrifice energy, you are in it. You are in the process of this connection unraveling in the way that it's supposed to divinely be unraveled. That's a clear sign that you are connected and you are committed and you are in it. Okay? So it's a good thing. I know it doesn't feel like a good thing, but trust me, I know it doesn't feel like a good thing. But in your heart of hearts, deep down, and through this channeled guidance, because this is all channeled right here, this sacrifice is the marker, like a badge of honor. Like, we don't just have, we're not just given love because it's not something that's just freely, hey, here's the love of your entire life. Here's the happiest possible life you could imagine. Here's your dream things. No, we've had to earn it, and we are earning it, right? Through this amazing story, and earning it through becoming the person necessary and able to handle the ups and the downs, and to hold the loving space, and to come into unconditional love to become the person we are today. So I just want to applaud you no matter how long you've been on this journey, whether it's I see someone on TikTok 22 years, 5 years, 2 years, 1 year. The entire time that it's been happening has been allowing you as a person, allowing you as a soul to become up-leveled and to step in more and more and more of into your soul purpose here on earth so that you can make a difference. And understand the lessons you came here to understand. We have the Two of Pentacles showing up next. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Two of Pentacles. I want to just show everyone again. There is another bird here, and this one, it's a lion. Okay, bird and a lion here. But it is, again, that representation of the two dichotomies of energies here. Okay, with the bird and the animal here. And the snake with the figure 8, the infinity 8 symbol. So it's this stare down of frustration of this connection between these two opposing energies that is not just able to be or feel or slide in the right way at this time. It's the focus as well on this one energy. By the way, that's the other thing that's coming to me, is that there's a focus on this one person, this one energy, okay, that isn't going away, that is not going away because of, right, and this snake with the infinity symbol, with the 8, it just shows me, right, that no matter what you do, what actions you take, what thoughts you have, what feelings you have, it always leads back together. Always leading back together. Everything that happens throughout this entire time, that's how significant this connection is. Like, I'm not saying that this connection should or is able to rule or be in charge of your entire, or dictate your entire. No, I'm not saying that. You have your own life to live. You are an independent, free soul and spirit. But what I am saying is that the depth of this connection is exactly like this infinity symbol, in that all of the work and all of the actions, all of the thoughts, all of the feelings, all of the things you guys are going through, and particularly you if you're listening to this, is leading you both inevitably to this crossroads. Okay. And then, of course, as is the natural way with the infinity, we have separation again. And then we have togetherness again. Okay. But that is the essential part of the journey. And understanding that that's a part of the journey is that when you have a soul connection like this, with the depths of this that's causing all of this, there is no, especially with the intentions before coming into this lifetime together, there is no being fully separate ever, right? Because there's always this path that literally connects your souls together, that some way, shape, or form brings you together when the time is right. So I know that was a very in-depth kind of, interpretation of this one card. I've been getting very long, in-depth interpretations of each card for some reason. A lot of channeled messages. I told you, I'm going more so towards channeling exclusively, but the cards do help. But that's, Spirit wants you to know that, right? Is that basically, and I apologize. I think either it's my camera's not charging or the battery's just too low. But I'll keep turning on. Spirit wants you to know that basically, that's part of the journey, and that's part of the essential path for you two to spend time in that separation in order to come together, and it's inevitable because of the nature of the connection you two have. Okay. 6 of Swords and the Fool card. So the hurt and the pain here really comes from the act of walking away. Because I feel if you're listening to this, you may be feeling or wanting to or already did walk away from someone and something. Okay. Especially with this card and the Fool card. This is literally someone turning their back to a situation, packing their things, and just going off into some new territory, into new land. It's really what I feel the collective is going through right now that I'm speaking to, is just, hey, this isn't working out. This is really hard. I'm needing to make a sacrifice right now, and that sacrifice involves me, unfortunately, walking in a different direction because it's just not the time right now, and it's just not something that's able to fluidly be worked out. And even though it's the hardest possible thing that I have to do and to be in, it's necessary. Okay, and I understand that it's an essential sacrifice at this time. Okay. 6 of Swords as well, okay, is literally, it's the hardest part of this with the 6 of Swords here is having to walk away from what happened between you guys. Like it feels like there's just all of this unresolved, dramatic stuff that's happened between you guys in the past that hasn't been healed, that hasn't been resolved, and hasn't been made to have closure between you two. Right? It's still in choppy, rocky waters, and it's like, look, two cars right after another of these two people staring at each other and not able to move forward. And it feels like it's unable to at this time, despite how much your heart feels and how much you would like to move forward with someone. What Spirit is essentially saying is that you are being called to make this sacrifice at this time and walk away. And unfortunately, the reason why Page of Pentacles and Queen of Swords is because there's someone here who still doesn't have their emotional clarity and their emotional certainty and their emotional decision about what and who they want, because of a disconnection from their truth and their emotions and their heart. Okay, Queen of Swords is someone who essentially has had these, incredibly tough and traumatic and painful things happen to her in her life that have caused essentially a disconnect from her and her heart and her emotions and trusting her emotions and leading with her emotions. And so she's become very stoic and logical and analytical and closed off, right? And this doesn't just close her off. And when I say her, it can be he or her, whoever you're dealing with. This is the energy of it, right? Speaking of the Queen of Swords, when I say her, it's basically not disconnecting just from other people. It's disconnecting from herself, okay? And that's why and how this Page of Pentacles energy is here, because you can see this Page of Pentacles is like standing on the top of this pentacle, kind of tippy-toeing, not really sure where to go, what direction to take. And that's because of a disconnection from, his or her emotions here. Three of Cups, Six of Pentacles, the Moon. Ooh, the Moon. In the middle of the spread, wow. Page of Wands and Five of Wands. Funny, we have the Four of Swords in the bottom of the deck. Yeah. What this feels like is that you guys know the potential that's here. All right? Because we have the Three of Cups, the Six of Pentacles, underneath the Six of Swords and the Two of Pentacles. So what the feeling is coming to me is like, okay, those of you watching, you know the potential that exists in and between two people to have a beautiful reconciliation, to come together in joy and celebration and happiness, right? You know that's possible. And also to have a very harmonious, equal, give and take, reciprocal relationship, Six of Pentacles. You know that the potential's there. That's why it's so frustrating for you to have to walk away, and that's why it hurts so bad, because the potential of this that's here, you feel it between you two. You feel it in your connection. You feel it potentially in the future, and you feel it as a potential. And the thing is, though, and you're finding out that it's simply a potential and that it's not going to come into actuality unless there are two people on board who are feeling and wanting and desiring the same thing at the same time. That's the hard part about this whole thing. And so it's aligning both of your energies together collectively to want and know and desire the same thing at the same time to enact that potential, which is difficult. That's why the infinity symbol, that's why this is here. Because if that isn't aligned at a certain point in time when you two are together, guess what? It requires separation in order to realign and give you guys another opportunity to enact on that potential. Okay? Because maybe, if not now, maybe some point in the future, this potential could be realized because both of us will be on the same page at the same time. That's the infinity symbol, though, is that you guys will get those opportunities to do so throughout this lifetime. That's what it means. Okay. And that's, harmonious. Now, the reason we started this reading out with, it's kind of, there's some fear or hesitation towards walking away is because the moon card is in the middle. There's a lot of fear of the unknown of what would happen if you did walk away from this. The Fool card, the Moon card, and the Three of Swords, right? You know that you probably need to at this point, emotionally at least. But still, it's like, oh, I don't know what's going to happen if that happens, or where I'm going to go, or what I'm going to do, or is there someone else? Is there not someone else? Is there going to be... There's all these things, right? Because it's almost like what you've known here for so long still seems the most familiar and still seems the most enticing and the most comfortable. And yet here Spirit is saying, maybe intuitively you've been getting this too, is like, that's not what's in alignment right now. So it's forcing you to take that leap of faith elsewhere to discover. And really, I mean, when I say leap of faith, it really is about the Page of Wands and the Five of Wands here. It's about exploring, freedom and exploration. It really is the freedom and exploration card here, Page of Wands, really getting a taste of what else is out there. Yeah. And finding the excitement in that part of life, in that essence of life itself of, okay, this whole situation, the potential isn't where it needs to be. It's not in alignment to where it can work out at this time for whatever reason. I know that we're connected by the infinity symbol inside of our souls. I have faith that if and when the time is right, we'll have the potential to work it out. I trust that my soul will lead me through any situation I get myself into, by and through walking and taking a leap of faith towards the unknown. And I am ready to go explore and enjoy the freedom of elsewhere, emotionally. Okay, of the world, of the grass on the other side, of the unknown, all of these things. And someone on TikTok said, true love. TikTok always prompts me, by the way. I don't know what it is about TikTok. TikTok comments always prompt me to get some other intuitive download. But yes, essentially, you can't ever lose true love. You can't ever lose true love. It can be delayed from manifesting. It can be painful and upsetting. It can be challenging, and it can spur you into growth. And it can be the most harmonious thing you could ever experience, right? True love. That's true love. It's everything in a nutshell. It's the roller coaster of life. It's the excitement, the joy, the sadness, all the things. But for whatever reason, Ian, we're here on Valentine's Day, right? Talking about the Three of Swords, which is just kind of crazy. But for whatever reason, it appears to not be able or ready to work out in the most harmonious way of ways. And we're being asked to take that walk, that leap of faith towards something else, somewhere else, to explore and to have the freedom. Okay. We do have Five of Wands underneath the Queen of Swords here. So, yeah, for sure, there's going to be a lot of inner conflict that's caused inside of you and possibly externally because of this Page of Wands energy, right? It's like, okay, I don't know if this is a good thing, a bad thing, if this is helping, if this is hurting, but it doesn't matter anymore because that's what I've decided to do. Might even cause conflict between you and the person who's been emotionally disconnected. I'm not sure. We'll get some more clarity here in a second. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Oh boy, there's that Knight of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles, Temperance, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. As the last row. Now, those of you guys who've watched my readings, you know that I take cards in their context as they're drawn, but also a general loose structure is crowning card, overall theme of the reading, first row, recent past, middle row, present, last row is advice or context and or overall outcome for the reading. Okay. Doesn't have to be. Sometimes I've done readings and it doesn't take that format. Sometimes it can be. This particular reading I am taking as that structure. For whatever reason, it's intuitively coming to me to take it as that. So advice or context from Spirit is here. So this is advice and context. Basically, what Spirit's saying is, with the Knight of Pentacles, Three of Cups. Oh boy, this has been a slow, steady progression and process, this person. However, the truth is, this person, Knight of Pentacles, you guys knew it was coming, is making progress. Is indeed making progress in the right direction. But it's definitely not as fast as you would like it to be. Because chances are, if you're watching this, intuitively you've known about the story for a long time. And you're like, chop, chop. Let's get it going, Knight of Pentacles. Like, we got true love to engage in. We got a life to build. We got a partnership to be in. And it just hasn't been at your pace. Right? That's been the most frustrating part. But as advice or context, Spirit is saying, this person is making progress towards the right direction, and it could be towards making an effort to have a reconciliation with you. That's the first thing I'm getting here, because it is underneath the Three of Cups and the Two of Pentacles. So where there was frustration and lack of movement towards the potential that lie here, Knight of Pentacles, it is coming in that direction. Okay. Three of Pentacles and Temperance card. That Knight of Pentacles is walking towards the Three of Pentacles. I don't know if you guys can see this. And it's underneath the Six of Pentacles and Six of Swords. So not only is that Knight of Pentacles underneath the Three of Cups, it's also facing towards and walking towards the Three of Pentacles, which means that this Knight of Pentacles, whoever this is for you in your life, is making progress towards being able to and wanting to build something that's reciprocal, in harmony, and together to birth something new between you two and to have a reconciliation. And the next card, as you guys probably would have already seen, that's getting me to say all of this, is the Temperance card. Oh boy, the Temperance card. Oh, the Temperance card. You guys probably know I'm an Aries sun, Libra rising, Capricorn moon, all cardinal signs. So to say patience is something I'm working on would be a little bit of an understatement. But Temperance for me is my patience card. So we have the moon in the middle of the deck. Again, the feeling of having to walk towards the unknown through this heartbreak. And Temperance right underneath all this, telling us as context and advice, hey, again, a gentle reminder from Spirit, this is coming. This is coming. Okay? It's not like it's not coming around. It's coming, but it's in its own slow time. It's not slow. That's my subjective interpretation, but it's slow to be. It's coming in its own time, right? And the advice here, if you would like to choose this, you can choose that, and it will require patience. Now, the Seven of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles, the last two cards that we end with here. Okay. Underneath the Page of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. So, a couple things here. The Seven of Pentacles energy really strikes me as something like a it's a need for, through experience of exploration, a reevaluation or a credit that's given or recognition that's given towards what something or someone means to you. Okay, because the Seven of Pentacles to me is often not knowing what you have until it's gone, right? Having this abundant accumulation of wealth, energy, love, of something in your life, but not realizing the value of it, Page of Wands, and thus needing to explore what else is out there, okay? And to get out of that more stagnant energy, or that energy that you felt was not moving anywhere, or whatever it is. So this may be what I'm getting at is this may be a necessary transition for you listening to really embrace that exploration energy and to truly go and see for yourself what else and who else is out there in life and in love, so that you can identify and realize what it is you want and what it is you have and what it is you are missing or not missing, right? And to finish out, we have the Queen of Pentacles with the Five of Wands. So 2 Queen cards here, yeah? Two Queen cards here. The Queen of Pentacles to me is someone that is stable and independent and fully willing to devote herself towards the support, undeniably, of someone or something else. It's really about support. And but it's also strong, it's stable, it's clear, it's independent. And so there's a couple things that are coming to me here, is that's also part of what may be wanting to transform within you, within us as a collective, is this really stable, strong, independent, but firm energy of remaining stable in what and who we want and being willing to support the process. That's what's coming to me here. Okay. And that may take this venture outwards into the unknown through heartbreak to explore what else is out there, who else is out there, in order to become really clear and really firm in who and what and how we want things in love and in a situation. That may be part of our maturation, our maturing in this love process that Spirit wants to go through or to experience. Even though and despite this may cause a lot of inner conflict, possibly external conflict. Man, all of my things keep shutting off. And confusion. That may be what wants to happen. Now, final outcome card, we have the Two of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Lovers. Okay, wow. What an ending. Okay. So, Two of Swords here. Two of Swords here represents that at this time, what's probably going to happen is this. Okay. What's going to happen is there's going to have to be a sacrifice made on our part. We're going to have to walk away from a situation into and through the unknown of it, of what else is out there. What other people are out there? What other situations? What other love? What other things are out there for us to explore? Page of Wands. Possibly with the Lover's card here, and especially with this deck, that remember, Spirit guided me to use this particular deck, not the other two. There are 3 lovers. Okay? So what I'm saying is it might just take this exploration, both for you and for the other person or whatever, in order to stimulate or to awaken here the love and the action that someone has in a situation. Because you can see Cupid's arrow is striking this individual who appears to be closing his or her eyes, right, and crossing his arms. And the Two of Swords represents a choice and a crossroads. So what's basically going to happen is, like, when you go out and explore, because I feel that this has to happen. This has to happen. Like, of course, it's always a choice, but this is like what we're feeling intuitively drawn to, like this impulsive action of courage to go and explore the people. And to then, at that point in time, for whatever reason, to then be able to make a choice. Because what I'm hearing here too is that you do have a choice when it comes to love, when it comes to lovers as well. Like, you have multiple lovers that you can choose from. It's not just this one person. Yes, this one person may occupy, obviously, a very dramatic and intense soul tie and soul bond between you two, and it would seem that if you had the choice, you would choose this person. But given the circumstances, how can you truly know that you want to choose this person when you haven't experienced other types of love that's out there for you right now? Hence the lovers with the 3 people. Because what my gut is telling me too is that when that happens with you, someone else is going to wake their ass up and be like, oh crap, yeah. I better move this horse along a little faster, right? Because now the prospect's real. Right now the prospect's real. And I apologize for this camera shutting off a million times. I'll have to check the batteries on it. Now, 8 of Pentacles is here too. So it all, to me, that's almost representing like where you can, and for those of you guys on TikTok, I'm sorry, you can't see the cards. I have the cards overview on YouTube, but we have 8 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords, and the Lover's card here. It's like a choice of who you'd like to build something with. Yeah, 8 of Pentacles, right, is building something stable between people here. So what I'm getting here is really you're becoming really stable. You're becoming very much, in your highest essence, independent, strong, but really independent and stable. And because of that, and because of your courage and willingness to take a leap outwards when the situation calls for it at this time, which it clearly is, and to explore other potentialities of people, of situations, of things you can build, that's essentially what will be your choice, and what will be rewarded to you is the ability to choose who and what you want in love. Okay. Very, very, very interesting reading. This was, something inside me is like, it doesn't seem like this. It doesn't seem like a typical reading, right? Because we're talking about just these things of like needing to basically walk away from this love situation we've been channeling for a long time. But for whatever reason, like that's based on what's happening, like that's exactly what is both the most challenging thing to do, but also the thing that's most especially for our growth, and also that's going to allow for this union to come together is, one, you having the courage to step out and to have and explore those other choices, going through the sacrifices and the sacrifice necessary, and also then having the choice to choose this love. That's your choice. But what I'm getting at is it's the choice itself that makes this special. It's the choice itself that makes this basically like true love, okay? Or for you to be able to like fully be in this true love is because you chose it, okay? And not just chose it because you didn't have any other options or because you were just waiting around, but because you truly, amongst all the other people that you could have built something with, chose this particular individual if you do choose that. Okay. So really it is a split in the collective, is what I'm sensing is like there's a lot of people who will watch this or who watch this in the future and they'll go, look, I get that my person's a Knight of Pentacles and they're taking their sweet ass time and they're going through the stuff, but I'm done waiting and I'm going to explore and be with other options, and I'm done. I'm just done. That's a part of the collective. That's a real part of the collective, and that's you. Hey, more power to you. You've earned it. You deserve, right? Someone who's going to be able to build something with you and be in love, and that is available for you. What I'm sensing is that is available for you with the Lovers card here. Absolutely, that's available for you if you want it. But you will also, again, have that choice of this original person as well, if you do want it. Okay? So there will be a split of people who choose to, eventually choose this original person. And who knows? Maybe all along, I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe because we're in the moon. We're like literally the middle of the reading is the moon card, right? So we're in the moon energy. We don't freaking know at all what's going to happen. But again, maybe this just had to happen so that we could then choose this original person. But we just had to go through this. Literally, as a reader, I don't know because we have the moon card in the middle, and I'm not supposed to know. Okay, but that's the next step. My job as a reader essentially is to channel the story of what's happening and also the next recommended step. I do record for YouTube, TikTok. The next recommended step for your journey in love and in life for your highest good and highest healing at that time. And quite frankly, your next step is to literally walk away, take a leap of faith in another direction from this original situation because it's not going anywhere right now. And it won't go anywhere if you just wait around and do nothing and hope and wish and wait and torture yourself emotionally. It won't go anywhere. You have to be brave and you have to be willing to take a step in a new direction and to explore other possibilities so that you can come into an understanding of who and what you really want, and most importantly, have the opportunity to make a choice about who you want, which makes this even more special if you do choose this person or if you do choose someone else, right? Because even if you choose someone else, you've been through one hell of an experience in love, and you can bring those gifts into this next relationship, right? Bottom of the deck, we have 4 of Swords. Okay, and so 4 of Swords is basically about putting something to rest, putting yourself to rest. But really, I feel putting this situation to rest for the time being. Okay, we have Justice, of course, the Empress, the Queen of Cups, and the Eight of Cups. Yeah. So this is basically, hey, this karmic situation. Okay, this evening out of the scales, it's happening, yes, but you got to put it to rest in your own heart and soul right now. Okay, my YouTube is Science of the Soul and Stars, by the way. Science of the Soul and Stars. You've waited with your heart open, okay? Empress energy with the Queen of Cups. You've waited as the Divine Feminine here with your heart open. You've been willing to give and share your cup here. And, but waiting no more, right? 8 of Cups right after that. Okay. So we shall see. We shall see. Anyways, that's your reading, guys. Let me check in with the comments and just see what's going on here. We got about 60 people on. That's pretty good. Pay Person 1 says, I always want to learn how to create pottery. I'm only learning new skills from now on. I love it. Rio is amazing. I choose me. Great. I'm from Rio. He must have accepted a lot of cups, but it's only fair if I do it. No, thank you. There wasn't nothing original about him. Lucia, don't worry. There'll be the replay. She said, I can see how amazing this reading is. Unfortunately, I arrived towards the end. I can see this totally resonates with me. It'll be recorded, so you guys can watch it from the beginning, too. All right, guys. So, for whatever reason, I do feel 3 more cards to finish this one out. There's been a lot of cards channeled, but I'm going to draw 3 more just after this. These are going to be shuffled. So this will be final advice. Oh, my gosh. Okay. Well, that's a lot more than 3. We have the Magician, the 4 of Cups, the 5 of Cups, the Chariot, the Knight of Wands, and the High Priestess. Okay. So the message here is basically, Spirit really wants you to move forward strongly right now. Okay. To enjoy and to express that freedom-oriented part of yourself. But at the same time as you're doing that, stay connected to your intuition. Okay. So there's a limit to, oh no, I don't know if this camera's going to stay on. There's a limit to basically how much Spirit is saying to follow your impulses right off the bat, right? There may be things that your impulse, of course, tells you to do that are out of alignment with what your intuition knows is best or right for you. So Spirit is saying with the High Priestess, okay, and the Knight of Wands here as this kind of final advice reading, yes, to enjoy your freedom, but also do not forget and continue to allow yourself to run around and be free, but to stay connected to your deep inner knowing and truth the entire time. But take this as a permission slip from Spirit, again, to really enjoy that sense of freedom and being solo, okay, and exploration. But do it in a way that's still in alignment with you, okay? But yeah, Chariot, Knight of Wands, the High Priestess. Okay, the Chariot is moving away from, literally just moving away from, okay, just feeling sad and out of sorts about this. Like, what I'm getting is reveling or staying in the sadness that this situation has caused emotionally and still may be causing to you. Staying in that is not serving you anymore from this point on. Like, it's like Spirit is saying, okay, you've spent your time being sad or invested into it emotionally. It's time to do whatever you need to do to take charge and move forward and to enjoy and have fun in life while still connected to your intuition. Whatever that is. Okay. And the Magician card here at the forefront of all of this is continuing to manifest energetically the relationship and union that you choose and that you want. So let's say there's a couple different options or possibilities here, right? The first one is I still do ultimately want to be with my person, the person that we've been talking about here. That's great. Hold that deep in your soul, write it down somewhere, put it away, and then go and enjoy life, right? Staying connected to your intuition. Don't allow the sadness connected to that not being able to be with that person to affect you or slow you down at this point in time, whatever that means for you. The Magician could also mean it doesn't matter who the person is, you just want a relationship that is in alignment with you, that can build something together with you and go the distance and be in love. Hold that and go out and explore and have fun and enjoy your freedom, right? And if you're not sure what you want, but you're kind of open to either one, then I would say just hold that you're taking these actions. You're going out and exploring, having fun for the absolute highest good to discover and enjoy and experience unconditional love between you and another person. That's what I would say. The Magician is having intention behind your actions, right? So it's not like you can just throw all of this away and go, I'm just free now, right? No. But you are being asked to express that sense of freedom and impulsive joy and exploration of other people with intentionality behind it, with the intention of, hey, I'm doing this so that I can explore what else is out there, so I can have experiences, and that I can ultimately manifest one day exactly what I want through what Spirit is asking me to do, which that's what it is. Okay? All right, that feels good. That feels good. All right. Hopefully my camera can charge up here for a second. I had to shut it off, and it's funny, before the live stream it was full. Now it's dead. Now it's dead. All right, let's get into the channeled astrology for the week ahead. I'm going to leave that stuff there. Let's hope that this is still going to work. Now, if you... Oh, whoa. Let me fix this a little bit. My apologies, everyone. We didn't do this one 2 weeks ago, so we're definitely going to do it now. I'm going to get into the channeled astrology here. There we go. Cool. Now, if you guys are on TikTok and you're wondering what's going on, I have the astrological charts for right now up on YouTube. So if you guys want to go check those out, go check out my YouTube page. It should be connected to my bio. And we're going to be going through the astrology. Now, what this portion is it can be connected to love, but it's really the energetic themes of what we're going through via the stars at this current time and moving forward for the week ahead. So you know what to expect, what to feel, and what you're going through for the next 7 days. Okay. So here we are. And again, charts are up on YouTube if you guys want to check it out, but I can still explain it verbally if you want to stay here on TikTok. Much love to you TikTokers. Here we are. So February 14th, 2021. Holy cow. We have Juno conjunct Sagittarius. Literally an exact conjunction today on Valentine's Day. How crazy is that? Juno, the asteroid representing long-term soulmate, one person, unconditional love, monogamous relationship, right? Destined person. That's Juno. Is conjunct the South Node in Sagittarius. So right away, the forefront of our hearts, the thing that's causing this heartbreak, the thing that's causing this emotional distress is the person that we're connected to from a past life, South Node, conjunct Juno, that is a deep, deep, deep soul tie and connection that is here at the forefront, karmically expressing itself through our energy and through our lessons that we're going through at this time. Now, it's no surprise here, South Node and Juno making a massive square over to Neptune in Pisces. Okay. So what this means is it's emotional and spiritual distress, right? Emotional and spiritual friction and or distress, negativity, anxiety, hard thoughts, right? Things to deal with emotionally that are coming up to the surface through this connection, this karmic connection in love of the person that we perceive to be our one person here in Sagittarius. Okay, now, it's also making several sextiles over to, if you can see this, Venus, Jupiter, and Mercury, which is beautiful. Okay, so look, and this is all in Aquarius, okay? So with all this in Aquarius, Jupiter, wow, I mean, Jupiter conjunct Mercury too. By the way, that's a very big conjunction in its own right, and it's just interesting that it's happening all on Valentine's Day, right? But this is really that, remember we talked about the giveaway, right? The giveaway with the oracle cards. This is really that giveaway energy of like, there's a gift that's being given to you at this moment in time or today. Some type of gift could be expressed through verbal confirmation or communication in some way that you receive sometime today that allows you to see things from the proper perspective when it comes to love and creating balance and harmony in your life. Yeah, that's the giveaway. That's the gift. Is like something verbally is wanting to be given to you that will set you free and set your pathway open to more prosperity in your life today. Okay, so whatever it is you learn through verbal confirmation or some type of gift or giving today, that you realize that changes your perspective. That's the gift that's coming through Mercury conjunct Jupiter, conjunct Venus. And it, yes, definitely has to do with love and partnership. So particularly when it comes to this love, this partnership, this karmic partnership, there's something that there's something that could be coming through either today, tomorrow, with this energy here, right? Let's see how long. It's not going to be there for very long. Yeah, today's the conjunction. Tomorrow it's off. Okay, Mercury's in retrograde, obviously, so it actually will pass by again, and which we'll look at when that happens. It's going backwards, or it appears to be going backwards. All right, so that's pretty major right there in itself. That's a big deal. So look out for that. Saturn's not too far away too. We got 6 degrees Saturn, right, from Mercury. We've also, we've got the Moon conjunct Chiron here in Aries. Okay, Chiron's finally on the move again. 6 degrees. Moon in Aries, 4 degrees here. Ceres and Neptune here. Oh no, TikTok, I apologize. My battery might die here. So if I just suddenly randomly go out, it's because my battery died, not because I dislike you. But if it does go out, feel free to hop on my YouTube channel and you'll still get the rest of the live reading. Okay, I've got about 10% battery. It eats up my battery real quick. All right. So yeah, so when it comes to your... And Chiron conjunct the moon, making a sextile to Pluto here, actually. Pluto and Saturn. Oh, very interesting. Yeah. So this is that, it just hit me. So this is that Page of Wands, freedom-oriented energy that I'm talking about. Remember we talked about like the need to be able to freely go and explore and be in the world and just explore other options and just be, right, kind of more impulsively follow those impulses that you've been having. That's Moon conjunct Chiron. There's fear, hesitation around that because of the repercussions there might be that might happen to your love, your partnership, your life, all these types of things. But what I'm here to say is that's simply an illusion that's happening. That's something that's simply you have to have the courage to be able to do that. Because of what's been happening, it's forcing us to step out of our comfort zone and to explore and to follow those impulses in order to heal, actually. With Moon conjunct Chiron, it's for our healing. It's for our good. That's why Spirit is so heavily hitting on the fact that, hey, even though it's a sacrifice, even though it feels like, you know, you're not being faithful or you're not being loyal or, you know, you're losing out, you're not... It's okay. Spirit is saying it's okay, right? There's a need for that right now. Okay, there's for healing, particularly. And yeah, this is epic because it's sextile Pluto and Saturn, right? Pluto and Capricorn here. So it's something that would make tremendous waves in your life to be able to do this. Something that would really transform how you can express your energy to yourself and to the world. And what I'm feeling is just a more confident energy in yourself, right? It's like you have the confidence now to be and embrace whoever you are and whoever you're with. There's that confidence to kind of, for lack of a better term, like not give a crap, you know? That's kind of what wants to be freed here. So, moving on, we have... Mars still in Taurus, 20 degrees Taurus. Let's get into those later degrees. 8 degrees away from Lilith and 7 degrees away from Uranus. Still making those squares over here. So we also have, I just want to mention, right, really quick, the stellium here. We've got 5 planets in Aquarius. Oh, no, I'm sorry. 4 planets in Aquarius here. And then the squares over here to the Taurian energy, right? So the friction here, this is, you can think of the Taurian energy is kind of that Nine of Pentacles energy, I would say. And then you can think of this Aquarian energy as more so the other side of that collective, right? So it's like this is probably the more, I would say, impatient side, knowing what's happening, knowing the story, knowing how it can play out. The Taurian side over here collectively kind of being the more slow but steady exploration and random energy here that's kind of formulating itself. But just know that, again, there's lessons to have on both sides, right? The Taurian energy is more so evolving when it can become aligned with the potential vision of the future. and the potential outcome and the story of how things unfold and the kind of mental arena of how this can formulate itself and work out. The Aquarian energy is evolving by just allowing what is to be is, right? What is to be. So if you're more resonating with the Aquarian energy, it's like just letting it be, honestly. Sacrificing, letting it be what it is, and allowing it to unfold as it will, right? That's the evolution here for the Aquarian side. All right, that was a lot on just day one. Let's head into the future here for the rest of this week and see what else we got that's significant for our journey. Okay, so I got a hit on February 17th. I brought this up in a live meditation event that I did recently with Mend Every Mind, but significant on February 17th because of these 5 planets now in Aquarius, right? The sun is now entering Aquarius here. Wait a minute. No, the sun was already in Aquarius. Hold on. Oh, that's what it was. Okay. So sun was already in Aquarius, but the significant thing about it is sun is now at the end degrees of Aquarius. So what that means is whenever the sun or any planet that, especially that's slower moving, the sun isn't super slow moving, but slower moving planet gets to the end degrees of a sign, there's some major thing, ending, shifts, culmination, lesson that happens, basically, right? And I really feel because there's so much energy in this Aquarian energy right now that when the sun hits 29 degrees of Aquarius on the 17th and then moves out on the next day, there's going to be a significant transition into a new reality. I'll say that. A significant transition. And I feel, and I described it as like a pop, like a sudden shift, a sudden change, a sudden insight, something connected to this entire love situation and perspective that's going to pop through, or something that's just going to implode on itself. It's really just like this kind of, the tension's going to unfold in some way, right? Let's put it that way, because there's so much tension here, right? And we saw this tension is represented by the Two of Pentacles in the tarot, as we saw, right? Those two people kind of staring at each other. That's all these square energies together, right? And of course, obviously, love is right in the mix here, Juno and Venus, right in the middle of all this. So there's some type of significant pop and shift and change and implosion when it comes to this energy that's been building up for a long time. Yeah, been building up for a long time. Generally, not just within yourself, but like generally in the collective, there's a diffusion. Okay, there's some type of diffusion that needs to happen. So we'll see what that is, right? The first gut instinct that comes to me here is the fact that it's a switching of the polarities, a dramatic, like instant switch of the polarities, like one side, the Aquarian energy, right, who's been knowing the story, playing it out, focusing on the situation, wanting it to unfold. That side may just be totally good with just letting it be and just like, hey, like, whatever you got to do, you got to do. And the other side may be like, oh my, like there may be a stimulation of that side, right? So it's like, it just kind of feels like, or the Aquarian energy may just be like, yeah, I'm good. Like there's, it just is what it is, kind of more Taurus energy. So something like that. But these are just intuitive kind of ramblings, I would say. But that's what it feels like to me. And especially we have the moon in Taurus here. The moon in Taurus, another 4-planet stellium here in Taurus, by the way, squaring the stellium in Aquarius. So absolutely is there going to be some type of emotional, heartfelt culmination or shift when it comes to this more stagnant, random-ish energy that's been building up inside of someone or something. That's what I'm getting. Whoa, okay. February 18th, look at this. Mars and the moon, exact conjunction at 22 degrees. So it's 2222. Now, those of you guys who have been watching this live stream for a while, you know 222 has been a major, major theme and angel number for this collective. And that's the exact conjunction on the 18th. So the day that the sun moves into Pisces on the 18th, day after all that implosive stuff, the moon comes into conjunction with Mars in Taurus, and the sun moves into Pisces. And this is making a trine over to Pluto and Capricorn. So I would say there's a very progressive and the potential for stability in a transformation is what I'm feeling here. Is like there's this implosive energy that happens on the 17th that is then followed up with the 18th energy of like, okay, this emotional power is now being stabilized to be executed in a more progressive way, Capricorn. Right? This emotional energy that's built up, Mars conjunct Moon in Taurus, that hasn't been moving for a while or has been kind of imploding upon itself or building up internally, now has this harmonious opportunity to express itself or to be moved, okay? But in a stable and progressive way. So positive opportunity here of progression in a more stable way. Potentially when it comes to love, but generally. But 2222, that's a pretty clear angel sign. It probably has to do with partnerships. Let's move on to the last couple days of the week here. So we have the 19th. Some very, very powerful alignments this week, by the way. So this isn't, I would say, a normal week by any means. This is a pretty intense week. Okay. 20th, as we close out this week, Moon conjunct North Node in Gemini. Sun's at 2 degrees Pisces. Yeah, I would say the biggest thing here, to finish out the week, wow. Moon coming into a conjunction. And I'm just going to get the exact hour here so we all know when this is happening. So an exact conjunction from the Moon in Gemini in the south and the North Node in Gemini as well happens February 20th at 4:30 p.m. Pacific time. Exactly, to the minute. And this is making a trine over to Jupiter in Aquarius at the same time that Mars in Taurus is making a trine to Pluto in Capricorn. So you remember that logical perception change or communication that comes in that kind of clears your path up or shifts things in a way that allows you to see things from a way that's more harmonious or more of a gift for you. Honestly, it feels like a gift. It feels like a gift is coming for you. I don't know why, like some type of magical, here you go for your dedication, for your work, for like, here's this perspective change, whatever it is. Clarity, okay, it could be clarity. It feels like clarity as well. But this is coming in, and by the 20th here, that has fully been integrated to allow for your next steps to be clear and understood. So I feel like we've been in the moon energy for a long time. I feel like we've been traversing through the moon's energy and the wild unknown for a long time. And for some reason, I feel like that's all coming to a dramatic end towards the end of this week, or even to the middle of this week, okay, starting today. But by the 20th, by the end of this week, it should come into a much cleaner, clearer picture for you to be able to take those next steps towards your destiny in full alignment with yourself and with what the world wants at this time. Yeah. And I think we're going to end it there because that's a pretty awesome ending. We'll just check on the 21st, which is technically 7 days away, but I want to leave us with that, which is basically, unless there's anything major to talk about here, I don't see anything of particular note. Sometimes I think it's better to, keep it more simple rather than give you a whole bunch of information. But let me just summarize that for those of you guys who are listening, and because I always do this live, right? So I don't have any of this planned. It's just whatever comes to me comes to me. Let me kind of give you a synopsis of what was read. Basically today there's, and it's confirmed with the oracle card, the giveaway, there's some type of gift that wants to come through. And really this week, it's all about this gift that wants to come through to confirm things in your own heart and mind about your perception around a very important emotional situation in your life, where you can finally start to get some clarity or some type of gift for your efforts. They're being rewarded in some way, right? And it might come through the form of communication, right? Or permission or something like that. Okay, could even be the permission that we were given by Spirit today in the reading to just not have to stay in this sadness, right? In this emotional situation, to be able to go out and explore and be free and to just live life without any feelings of guilt or regret or shame, right? That's a gift in and of itself. That could be it, but I feel like it's something more too. So look out for that. There's the implosion, the major implosion of an energy that's happening right around the 17th, of this friction that's been happening between two opposing energies, the Two of Pentacles energies, right? The hawk and the coyote, the eagle and the lion, all these things that feels like they've been limiting one another. There's something going to implode on the person that hasn't been, adequately expressing themselves or feeling their feelings or knowing their, and been going through all this. That's going to, I feel, explode or implode in some way, which will then lead to a greater shift and change in all of the situation. Okay. And then finally, to finish out, right, that whatever that thing happens that is, right, whatever that message that we got or that change, that shift, it's going to be coming into a lot more clarity and integration by the end of this week, by the 20th, with the moon conjunct North Node in Gemini. Our paths should be much more clear and actually make logical sense, especially for our next steps in life and in destiny, okay, for our highest good. So even though, right, because the center of today's tarot reading, again, was the moon card, even though we are still in finishing out the culmination of the moon's energy, which is needing to just plow through the unknown and have courage, it's this last little step of that. I feel from the astrology and intuitively that should be clearing up by the end of this week, and that we should have a much, much more clear and precise logical understanding of our next steps to take in love and in life for our highest good and for our destiny. So look out for that gift. Look out for that perception change. I don't know what that's going to come into. Hey, Gracia, I just saw you on TikTok. I don't know what that's going to come into being or how that's going to come into being. It's just, that's something that's coming in. And know that whatever it is that feels really good and exciting and in alignment for you, that's the thing to enjoy and to revel in and to appreciate. And that will potentially lead you towards having a much more clear understanding of what to do for your next steps. So anyways, that's our reading for today. I don't feel that I'm going to stay on and do any particular individual messages. I think that's enough for today. Sometimes as a reader, you got to know when to call it. I am going to read some questions generally, not super chats. Please don't send any super chats with questions. I will not be answering any super chat love questions today. But I'm going to read some questions here from the audience and just see what you guys have. Vanessa says, I look forward to a new perspective. Lucia says, awesome. Thank you so much. You're welcome, Lucia. Thank you. Aries Dawn, here late. We'll have to go back and watch. Thank you. You're welcome. Cha-Cha, I can't wait. Sounds so interesting. It does. I agree, Cha-Cha. Laura says, amazing. Thank you again. Sana says, yes, Pisces in the house. Isabella says, damn excited for this week. I'm excited for this week too. I don't know what's happening, but there's something happening that's big. It does not feel like a normal week to me. It does not feel like a normal week. But by the way, we did have the lovers at the end of the reading, okay, and the Two of Swords. So, it just, there are big things and big shifts and changes happening for sure. But right now we have to just trust and we have to step forward into what Spirit is asking us to do and to be in, and to not place too much emphasis, because what I'm feeling is that will lead to more stagnation, sadness, and disempowerment rather than empowerment. Release from the outcome, LF said. Okay. All right. Any other questions? April says, yes, Aries in the house. Yes. I love it. Laura says, going to see my guy on the 17th. Awesome. Awesome, Laura. Good luck. Isabel says, waiting for February 17th. Nicole says, bird energy here. Sana says, if you need help with tech stuff, let me know. I'm figuring it out, Sana. I love it. Thank you so much for the help. Hopefully we'll, I don't know why that kept shutting off, but it did. I'll have to check it out. You're right. And get a new battery maybe. All right. All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for the love, for the support, and the engagement. A couple quick announcements before we all go, and we end this reading is if you guys want to join me and two of my best friends, Maura and Alexis, we do a live meditation bi-weekly on Zoom, and it's called Mend Every Mind. And we do basically a live in-depth meditation to attune us astrologically, or attune us to the astrological energies. Maura is my good friend. She's a psychic, channel, and medium, does amazing work. And she starts with a meditation. Then my good friend Alexis tells a mythological Greek story that's always drops like a bomb and sheds so much light on the energy that's happening. And of course, I finish out with a more detailed, nuanced understanding of the astrology the next 3 days ahead in that reading. So anyways, if you want to join us live, you can ask us Q&A, all those types of things. Check out the registration in the description box below. It should be the live virtual meditation on Zoom. Personal sessions, if you guys want personal sessions, I have instructions down in the description box below. Check that out as well. And then, of course, if you want to join the Patreon community, which I'm very excited about, I teach you guys how to learn your astrology chart. And it's just an amazing community to vibe and ask personal questions and be with a like-minded community. You can check that out in the description box below as well. Thanks so much for the support and all the love, you guys. Much love. Good luck. Keep me posted. And I will see you all soon. Bye for now.